Hey, friends, what's up? It is your pal Keith, and I am here live again in the control room at Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in Southend-on-Sea, England, baby. We've got another ESP to share with you all today. It is like maybe my fourth vintage plus. I love these. Guys, you are a lunatic if you go to Fender and pay the crazy money for a custom shop Relic Strat. You got to check out these vintage plus strats from ESP. We're going to talk all about it. If you're new to the channel, hit like, hit subscribe, come join our circle of friends. There's over 8,000 of us. We got like 60 subscribers in the past day. It's been nuts. Totally crazy. Thanks a lot, guys. Over 2.5 million views, and we keep going strong. Very, very nice. We're on all the socials too. At Essex Recording Studios, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok now. So welcome aboard. All right. This is is it 2012? Let's have a look. See. I think it was 2012. 2007. 2007. This is a factory Relic job. Vintage plus. This is 4-bolt neck plate, but with that kind of angled in edge, kind of like a Fender Deluxe Strat. Single piece maple neck. It's essentially ESP's take on a vintage 60s Strat. That's what it is. You have like what looks like the clay dot inlays. Even the ESP logo at the 12th fret you don't have the pearloid look. You've got the clay look to it. Obviously, the New York style headstock. That's actually the correct term for that. It's the New York headstock, also known as the fishhook headstock. But that is ESP's own edgier take on a Strat headstock. They used to do lawsuit ones, but those days are gone. You've got aged plastics. Interestingly, not on the tremolo bar, but I would imagine that is because the tremolo is a Wilkinson bridge. These are awesome, by the way. Wilkinson is made by Godo, Japanese company, and Godo is actually who does the tuners as well. So it's all Godo hardware. Beautiful thing about these, push in. So really, if you wanna think about it in terms of comparing it to a Fender, this is like getting a Fender Deluxe, because the Deluxe has the push-in style tremolo bar, and the angled neck heel pocket area. But yeah, so this is like a Fender Deluxe meets custom shop aged Relic from the factory. You know, you can see wood underneath there. By the way, this is all smooth, and then you have little divots, and it's just really nicely done throughout. No two are the same. I think I've got one or two sunburst models. This is the only one I have like an aged, kind of looks like an aged Olympic white. Really, really cool. Or a honey blonde, maybe. That might even be a more appropriate, like a Mary Kay kind of situation. Tasty. Very, very nice. And I mean, listen to this, just in the case. Loads of resonance. Loads of sustain. A totally pro instrument. For the price these go for, you're completely crazy to go and splash the cash on a Fender. I think this makes you stand out more. It makes you more of an individual. Everyone these days, everyone and their mother has a Relic Fender Strat. Not many people actually rock these out, and the aging on it is pretty incredible. It's really, really well done. Even the neck, like, look at the edge of the neck here. They go all out on this, and it's kind of nuts because the fact that you know, with this attention to detail, the fact that is a standard series is wild to me. Absolutely wild. It really just goes to show how much care and attention the Japanese craftsmen, you know, how much pride they take in their instruments to This is a lot of work. Absolutely a lot of work for a production model. And I'm actually kind of surprised at the price point because, in my mind, this takes way more time to do. This isn't just random. It's not like, hey, let's take a good guitar and, oh, Bob at the factory dropped it. Now we have to make it a Relic. Now we've got to make it a Vintage Plus, and take a screwdriver and just stab it a few times. That's not at all what's going on here. So these are priced, I would say, at the lower end of the spectrum just because they're not as popular. But if you get anything today, we're going back 14 years now. Love these tuners, by the way. These Godos make some sexy tuners. 14 years ago, yeah, very accessible to get something with ESP on the headstock today. Now, not at all. And kind of a throwback to the 80s. So you have the New York style headstock, but you also have the writing after the ESP logo, which is very common in the 80s, in their heyday. Have the original Godo paperwork there, all in Japanese, so not really helpful if you only speak English, or if you don't speak Japanese, or read Japanese. Neck pockets look great. Yeah, I'm going to go more with like a honey blonde, I would say, than an Olympic white. Show you some more up-close detail. So a lot of stuff going on here. Little nicks, little wear points, even finish wear to like the primer or whatever you call it underneath. And kind of reminds me of the 79 Fender Strat Anniversary Edition that was painted with bicycle paint. They went to the Huffy factory. I think the bicycle factory was across the street. And they used bicycle paint for the Anniversary Edition. And that white that you see there, kind of underneath here, very, very similar. The first 500 in those 79 Fenders got that. And then it didn't work at all. It was a disaster. There was a recall on all of those guitars. And the rest got painted in Porsche car paint, Inca Silver. Believe it or not. So this very much kind of has those vibes going back to that model. That's what I think of when I see it. Not a glossy finish, kind of more for like a night. I don't know if it is nitro, but looks and feels like a nitro finish. And then you've got the case. Even the case on this is I don't think this was done at the factory, but the case is reliced and worn. Who knows? Maybe it was done at the factory. I have seen, I think Gibson does like a factory relic case, and I'm dead set of the opinion that is a case. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Pun intended, sir. Yeah, that is a case of Bob at the factory dropping a case and going like, "Yep, that's a relic case. Let's get the screwdriver and stab it a few times." Who knows? Maybe I'm way off base there. But take this out. Show you the back again. If I had any critique of this, any critique at all, and there's not much. Relic guitars have grown on me, and these are just exceptionally well done. The only thing I would say is get an aged cap on the tremolo bar, have it matched. These are very well done, the plastics here. Have it match that. And then the back cover, too bright. What's up with that? So, that's it. That's all I have to say. You do have the modern flashy chrome buttons, the reflective chrome neck plate, and obviously the reflective chrome Godo tuners. And it is a bit, the Wilkinson tremolo looks modern. So it is a bit of, 21st century meets old school 1960s. And that's kind of the intention. Even Fender, we've got one, or we had one. They have what's called like a time warp, where you get like a modern Strat, but they do a vintage take on it. And that's, I guess, what you could call this, like a Fender custom shop time warp series. Yeah. I'll show you that bridge up close. Let's get the Wilkinson by Godo. I don't know if you can see that. Here we are. And then just showing you this finish. Actually, yeah, we had some Highway 1 series from Fender, a Highway 1 in Honey Blonde. That's very much what this kind of finish reminds me of, and I'm pretty sure that was Nitro. Yeah, really cool. Just go up close, and you can see where the light is shining on the finish. You can kind of get more of a sense of what it's like. Yeah, see all the pores and imperfections in it. It's just done in a classic aged style. Really cool, guys. Show you those inlays. Right on. All right, I'm going to skedaddle. I've got too many videos to do for you. This just came to us today. And yeah, it'll be on the old Reverb. It'll be on our website as well, EssexRecordingStudios.com. If you're in America, buy through the website. Reverb hosts it. They do all the payment processing, but you don't have to pay that American online sales tax. So, little word to the wise. Cool. I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned. More to come.